Alright friends, Mr. Burrell here again. We're on the 1.3 homework assignment on solving multi-step equations. So I'm going to choose just a couple of these to go over so you have a little example of a variety of different kinds of problems from the homework so you can feel a little bit more comfortable about these different kinds of problems. So for example, I'm going to do number 6 first real quick here. So first step in solving this equation, I have negative 10 plus x plus 4 minus 5 equals 7x minus 5. So first I want to simplify both sides as far as I can. So on this side I could take negative 10 plus 4 minus 5. I can combine all those things together, all those numbers. Negative 10 plus 4 is negative 6, minus 5 is negative 11. So really I can write just x minus 11 equals 7x minus 5. Okay. Now, next step is I need to get all the x's on the same side, and I can get them on whichever side I want to. I'm probably going to subtract 1x on both sides, because that will get rid of this x right here. 7x minus 1x is 6x. So I have 6x minus 5 equals, and then negative 11. I'm going to kind of write over this problem. Okay. All the x's are on one side. Now I need to get x by itself by doing the reverse order of operations. So I'm going to take care of my addition and subtraction. So right here I have 6 times x minus 5. So I'm going to undo that minus with a plus. Add 5 on both sides. I get negative 6 equals 6x. Now I have 6 times x. I undo timesing by dividing. So I'm going to divide 6 on both sides and get x equals negative 6 divided by 6 is negative 1. So I get x equals negative 1. I can write it either way, whichever way you want to. Negative 1 equals x or x equals negative 1. Okay. There's that one. Let's go ahead and scroll down and do a couple more here. Let's look at 13. So 13, I have 4 equals 4/5 x. So this one is kind of cool. I have a fraction here, 4/5. So a couple ways I can think about solving this. First of all, how do I undo a fraction? Earlier on the homework assignment, or on the lesson video, I mentioned this briefly. But if I have x times 4/5, I can undo multiplying by 4/5 by multiplying by 5 over 4. Because if I multiply 4/5 times 5/4, the 4's and the 5's will cancel, and I'll just be left with x. But if I multiply by 5 over 4 on the right-hand side, I have to multiply by 5 over 4 on the left-hand side. So 5 over 4 times 4, those 4's in the top and the bottom will cancel, and I'll be left with x equals 5. So my final answer would be x equals 5. If I plug that back in here, if I plugged 5 in for x, I'd have 4 equals 4 over 5 times 5, which is indeed correct. 4 does, in fact, equal 4. Okay. Let me clear that off and scroll down a little bit here. Let's look at number 18. 18's got a lot going on. So I have negative 3x plus 1 divided by 7. I don't even want to worry about this yet because I want to take care of this minus 4. So I undo a minus 4 with a plus 4 on both sides, which leaves me with negative 3x plus 1 over 7 equals 32. Okay, now I have negative 3x plus 1 divided by 7. So I have this whole big fraction bar. I want to undo that. The opposite of dividing by 7 is multiplying by 7 on both sides, because that will cancel out these 7's right here. 32 times 7, just to make sure I'm not crazy, 32 times 7 is 224. So I'm left with negative 3x plus 1 equals 224. Okay, let me move this out of the way. Well, now I have negative 3 times x plus 1 equals 224. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract 1 on both sides, which will give me negative 3x equals 223. Yes. Well, now if I have negative 3 times x equals 223, I'm running out of space, but I need to divide by negative 3. I need to divide by negative 3 on both sides. Since I'm multiplying by negative 3, I undo that by dividing by negative 3, which leaves me with x equals 223 divided by negative 3. If I type that in my calculator, I think I get like negative 74.3 or something, which is fine. I can have decimal answers. That's perfectly fine. Okay, let's do one more. Let me clear this off real quick. I'm going to go ahead and do number 22. So let me scroll down here. I'm going to do number 22. Move this out of the way. Okay, so on 22, I have 1.4x minus 3 equals 2 plus x. Well, can I simplify anything on either side? Looks like everything on either side is as simplified as it could get. So I'm going to go ahead and get all my x's on the same side. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract this 1x on this side and on this side. X minus x cancels out. 1.4x's minus 1x, 1.4 minus 1, is 0.4x minus 3 equals 2. Okay, now I'm going to have to add 3 on both sides, which gives me 0.4x equals 5. And now I have 0.4 multiplied by x. So I undo multiplication with division. So I'm going to divide by 0.4 on both sides. These will cancel out, and I'll be left with x equals 5 divided by 0.4, which is 12.5. And again, decimals are okay. Decimal answers are perfectly fine. So those are a few questions off your homework assignment. I hope that that's helpful. You can utilize those. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out and let me know. Thanks.